Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Morrison Technical Institute Battle of the High Schools here at Cordova Dragway. Thank you one and all for coming out. Important message to the drivers, attention drivers in the pits. We will be doing a mandatory drivers meeting at 1 o'clock in front of the tower. So you come down to the tower, just walk through the gate, we will be having a mandatory meeting in front of the tower at 1 o'clock. Your text cards will be collected in the lanes, in the safety lanes. Safety lane is the area at the bottom of the track here, just to the south of the tower, where it's fenced off with a couple of trees. Those are the safety lanes. We'll be stationing in lanes 5 and 6. There are numbers on the ground. So once you get yourself settled in, and about 10 to 1, I will call you up. You can bring your card into the safety lane and then attend the driver's meeting. At the driver's meeting, we will go over all of the ins and outs of what to do on the track, what not to do on the track, how the bracket race works, and all of that good stuff. So, in the meantime, we've got about a half hour. We've got our friends from Morrison Institute of Technology over here, Connor and Brett. We can stop down and talk to them about the opportunities that Morrison Tech has for you. They've got programs in engineering technology, network administration, and they are a very hands-on learning facility. And that is a 2-year degree program. They've got about a 97% placement rate for their graduates. It's a very high return on the word investment in your education and your future. So stop down and talk to Connor and Brett. They'll be happy to see you and tell you what they can do for your future. And we also do have the Army recruiter over here next to them. They are doing a deadlift challenge, so stop by and see what that's all about. See if you got the mustard to lift up that big old weight they got back there. Once again, thank you all for coming out to the Morrison Institute of Technology Battle of the High Schools 2026 here at Cordova Dragway.
When you need hardcore chassis components, there's only one name, Quartermax Racing, home of 43 world championships. If it's tough enough for a 5,000 horsepower Pro Mod, it's the highest quality for your car. We manufacture it all, from four-link systems to anti-roll bars, right here in-house. Don't just race, dominate. Quartermax Racing, Pro Mod tough, bracket ready. Visit quartermax.com.
Attention racers, once again, we will be doing a located here at Lawrence Tech Institute Battle of the High Schools. So drivers, it's about 15 minutes away. Gives you the opportunity to pull that little pocket computer out, tell your friends to come out and join you and have some fun here today at Cordova Dragway. about 5 minutes, we'll be doing a driver's meeting under the tower, so you got about 5 minutes to go ahead and get yourselves rolled into the staging area. We will do the driver's meeting, and our friends from Beat and Feet are going to help us out with that.
Here at Freedom Motorsports, 1204 South Galena Avenue, Dixon, Illinois. We're the #1 CF Moto dealer in the Midwest. And we don't mess around. Top brands, side-by-sides, rugged quads. We've got them ready for your next adventure. Need repairs? Our expert team keeps you unstoppable. Order your machine, we'll build it in-house, no delay. And yes, we've got financing ready to roll. From custom accessories to window tint, helmets, clothing, everything you need. So come on down today. Let's get you on the trail and find your freedom.
Out here, connection isn't a luxury, it's how we live. But too often, people are stuck dealing with slow speeds, buffering, and unreliable service. That's where Strata Communications changes everything. With 100% fiber optic internet, you get the speed you need. Fiber moves at the speed of light, delivering fast, smooth, uninterrupted performance every time. And unlike outdated systems, Strata's network is built underground, protected from storms, interference, and the unexpected. It's not just fast, it's consistent, reliable, built to perform day in and day out with no compromises. And it's designed for the future, ready to handle growing demand, new technology, and whatever comes next. But what truly sets Strata apart is the people behind it. When you call, you're talking to a real person, not a call center states away. A local team that understands your needs and delivers award-winning customer service. Strata Communications.
come right through that gate. Attention, attention, all drivers, please report to the tower. We need you all up here. All right, good afternoon. Let me see by show of hands who are my racers here today. All right. If you have never been on the track before, leave your hand up. This will be very important for you all. So, first of all, thank you for coming out to Battle High School. Welcome. We have our friends from B2B here. They're going to explain to you the basics of how everything works on the track, how you're going to come into the stage, what's going to happen on the lights, and what drag racing is. They're probably also going to tell you a little bit about their program because they're pretty proud of it. We're pretty proud of having them in a Spartan Cup here for a lot of events at Cordova. So, with that, Officer Jim, I believe, or Officer John, who's going to. Oh, and I never forget your dad. He's all around my track before, so. All right. Okay, I'm going to hand it right over to Jim. He's going to run down the basics for you guys. All right, so. Who has it on second one? Okay, so when you come through, there's the safety lane. The same draw number, they'll tell you where to go. That's what you need for the burnout. If you're running at speed lanes, come on into the burnout. Another one thing, air conditioner off. Air conditioner just water when you want to get the next day. So you're coming to do a burnout, and you pull up, you just stand there and here. We have two sets of staging gates. So that's the pre-stage. The button you hit that, you roll up real slow, you hit that button, and you wait for your competitor to hit that button. And then as soon as that happens, then you roll up 7 inches, and you hit the second button. Once your competitor hits that second light, hit your race. And so you will come down 3 yellows, and then a green. Each yellow is a half second, and then the green. So you want to probably hit the gas a little bit before the green comes on. And then off you go. When you get down to the end of the track, the scoreboard, we want to order it. Okay, scoreboard is 4 miles, off the yellow, or side to the side. you load the gas, and you're gonna start slowing down. You get to the end of the track, you're gonna exit on the left side. There's a road, road one road. You follow that road around, it'll take you to a little shack, and they'll give you a ticket. The ticket gives you all your handheld times, reaction time, 60 foot, U-berry, all the way down. Hang on to that ticket. Because we're gonna take that ticket, you're gonna look at it, and you're gonna make a couple of those runs, and we're gonna figure out what your car likes to run. And then later on, when we start elimination, that's number going to be important, because that's going to be what your car dial time. You have to predict what your car is going to run. Your opponent has to predict what their car is going to run. And the race is a handicap, so one person gets a head start to make it a fair race. You cannot just say it's going to run 19 seconds, or just run 10 seconds. That's called breaking out. You can't run faster than the dial time when you set it. You want to know what's supposed to the dial time when you pick it up. So if your car is running 15-40, don't put 15 on. Okay? John and I, Dan, we'll be rolling around, we'll help you guys. If you need help, just yell, wave, and we'll come and help you out. Sorry. So, air conditioners on, windows up when you go down the track. Get to the edge, you're going to make a left, first left, and follow that around.
See this lady right here? Scott. You listen to everything she says. She's right up there. The head stage. Turn it left and then the next three. After your time run, start elimination.
Don't line up next to somebody else from your school. Okay, because there's going to be a school, right? The individual winner and the school winner. And every time someone from your school wins, they get points. So if two of you are in the same school, you only get 1 point there because they round somebody else. Trooper Dan, you're going to take in all of it, right?
We got a new motor in the car, so if everything goes right on my test pass, I'll be available for some restoration if you got it. I'll just give you a heads up right away. There's no speed limit on the track, but don't go speeding on the way back or through the staging line. That won't give you a ticket, but it might give you a talking to, not by me.
And we're really glad to see you all here today, okay? Our program, UPD, is a national, actually, global organization, international, active and retired first responders that have race cars, okay? And the big thing with us is the reason we're so glad to see you all here is not so much now, but pretty recently there's been an epidemic of street racing. And we preach against that. Okay, we want to come to the circuit race, not the street. Okay, the only reason this facility is here is for you guys to go as fast as you can, as safe as you can. Okay, if you're out on the street and you're street racing and something catastrophic happens, first responders are going to come. They're going to do their job. But it may take them 3 minutes to get there. Okay, if something catastrophic happens here, you're going to have a first responder for the next seconds. Okay? So, besides it being illegal to do that out on the street, you're a lot safer doing it here. Alright? And if any of you have any questions about our program or what's going on, feel free to ask us as we go ahead and answer it. And again, we'll be Jim and I will be staging and starting running. If you need help, just let us know. We'll be happy to help you. And those tickets will help you with diamonds too. One on the left, one on the right. Okay, 14 seconds or slower, you can have a passenger. Seatbelts, okay? 14 seconds or faster, no passenger. That weight in the car makes a difference.
So each 100 pounds is 10 to the second. So if you take 2 passengers, 3 times the second is a long time in the dryer. So just keep that in mind too. And no passengers in the back seat.
And definitely no passengers in the truck with it. So, with that, the reason we're all here is to help you guys, let you guys have some fun out here at the track. This track has been here for 70 years doing this, and the only reason we're able to do it is because the next generation comes out and races. And over 70 years, there's been a lot of next generations, and you guys are it now. So, if you have fun today, if you enjoy this, you come out and join us on Friday nights. We do this almost every Friday night at Friday Fun Nights. Come out, hang out with friends, have a good time, get on the racetrack, be safe, go fast, have fun, right? So, thank you one and all for coming out here. We do appreciate you coming out for the Battle of Bicycles. Also, if you break, if something goes wrong on your car, please pull to the side as quickly as possible. If you are in the left lane, pull towards the left wall. If you are in the right lane, pull towards the right wall. Get yourself off the track as quickly as possible. If you're leaking fluids or anything along those lines, we have to stop, shut down, and clean that all up so that it's safe for you to continue racing. So, the less we have to clean up, the faster we get it cleaned up, the quicker you get back out on the racetrack having more fun, okay? Also, with that said, these gentlemen in the same shirt that I'm wearing, that are standing right behind me, they're here to help you. Follow their direction, do what they say. They're here to keep you safe and to let you have some fun out here, okay, guys? So, if they tell you pull forward, pull forward. If they have you backing up, just follow the directions. Once again, make sure that your windows are up when you are on the track. Make sure your air conditioners are not on because that creates water, and water on the track is not good. We'll have to shut down and clean that up. So make sure your AC stays off throughout the day. Other than that, thanks for coming out. Take a moment to go over and see the fine folks at Morrison Institute of Technology. They are the keynote sponsors here today, and we appreciate their support with this program. So stop by and see what they can do for you in your futures. And with that, okay.
Job cars broke, but feel free to stop by over at our big look at cars.
Yeah, they're pretty cool race cars these guys got. Also, if you have not turned in your tech card, we will collect that from your vehicle in the safety lane, okay? So, with that, as we do at every event here at Cordova Dragway, we're going to start out with an invitation from our track chaplain, Lynn Garland. So, if you please remove your hats and bow your heads.
Father, this being Memorial Weekend, we remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice so that we have freedom. Continue to grant us wisdom and guidance. I ask that you watch over all the staff as they perform their jobs. Keep all the drivers and everyone on these routes safe and out of harm's way. In Jesus' name, amen.
As always, thank you so much, Lynn. With that, drivers, you may report to your cars. If you still have a tech card, go ahead and jump in the driver's seat and kind of open out the window, and we'll get those collected. Make sure we got numbers on your cars, and we will get on to the track. One other thing I just forget, if you can't hear me on the PA well where you're at, you know, you bring over the radio, it's 88.9. That will pick up everything that's coming through the PA system as well. So if you're having a hard time hearing the PA, Paris, if you're going to be out with Paris, and the kids are having a hard time hearing the PA, you can switch over to your FM radio 88.9. positions I offer for them. Tonight, as you see, it can't happen, and he did exactly what he was supposed to do, so if anything goes wrong with your vehicle, do exactly what that young man did, and get off to the side, we'll get you safely off the track. Thank you.
It's time. The Twisted Shifter Summer National, presented by 360 Steel. Cordova Dragway, Friday and Saturday, June 19th and 20th. From across the country, it's extreme top fuel nitro dragsters, supercharged bunny cars, radical pro mods, nostalgia pro stocks, and more. June 19th and 20th, Cordova Dragway blasting out at 6 p.m. Nitro alters, nostalgia gassers, super shifters, and more. Plus flame-throwing jet bunny cars. The Twisted Shifter Summer National. $35 covers the action for both events. Cordova Dragway. We're gonna blow you away.
two lanes are gonna be open till 2:15, that's gonna be about 20 minutes from now. And then at 2:30, we'll be moving into round one elimination, so you need to get some more test hits in, you've got about 20 minutes to do so. If you're happy with everything, start figuring out what your dial is gonna be. And if you've got that all figured out and sorted, you can head over to the concession stand and see the ladies over there, grab yourself a snack and pull that out. See the fine folks from Morrison Institute of Technology, have a discussion with them about what they can do for your future and your career, as well as our friends from the U.S. Army. You go down here, I don't know if they've gotten anybody to partake in the deadlift yet. I'm standing right next to Staff Sergeant Speck. What do we got going on there? Here you go.
Hey, come down and see how we can pay for your Morrison Institute education with the Montgomery GI Bill.
And then also, I believe they've got a deadlift challenge going on, so they're keeping track of everybody that comes down to show off their muscles, and they're tracking what school you're from. So grab the boys and come on down and see who can put up the most weight, I think is how that works out, and get some other bragging rights besides just on the track.
It's time. The Twisted Shifter Summer National, presented by 360 Steel. Cordova Dragway, Friday and Saturday, June 19th and 20th. From across the country, it's extreme top fuel nitro dragsters, supercharged funny cars, radical pro mods, nostalgia pro stocks, and more. June 19th and 20th, Cordova Dragway blasting out at 6 p.m. Nitro alters, nostalgia gassers, super shifters, and more. Plus flame-throwing jet bunny cars. The Twisted Shifter Summer National. $35 covers the action for both events. Cordova Dragway. We're gonna blow you away.
All right, racers. Here's what we got going on. We're going to be going hot again here in a few minutes. Got things taken care of up at the top end. So we're going to let you guys do one more time hit. If you want, you're in the lanes, you get one more time hit. And then you'll be hot lapping back around and we will begin round one action. When we get into that round one action, do remember, don't line up against your classmates. So if they're from the same school as you, try not to line up next to them. Try to run against another school and give you an opportunity for more points for your school. All right, we're going to be getting back on the track. Once again, this will be your last time hit, and then we will hot lap you back around and start out round one action. Attention in the pits. If you're wanting to make a timed run, we've got some cars down here without drivers. If those vehicles without drivers don't have drivers, we're going to assume that you do not want another test hit. Attention in the pits, drivers. Please report to your vehicles and come down to staging lanes 5 and 6. We're going to get first round eliminations going. Now, the general rule here at the track is once you pass those trees that are out there in the staging lane, you are stuck in that lane, so pick your lane appropriately and try not to get lined up against your classmate. Also, drivers, we do need to have a dial-in, so that's going to be your guesstimate of what your car is going to run. And that number will go on the driver's side window of your car by your car number. We do have some of the Beat the Heat guys are down in the staging lanes. They are absolutely happy to help you figure out what number to put up there for your dial-in time. So all drivers, please report to staging lanes 5 and 6 for the start of first round eliminations. Once again, attention all drivers, we need you in staging lanes 5 and 6 for first round elimination action. If you're in this race, please come down to the staging lanes now. All right, racers, I'm putting you on the clock. You have 2 minutes to report to staging, and we are beginning without you. If you are in the race and not in the staging lanes, you need to be here right now.
Toby, if you're ready, I'm ready to start.
All right, the clock has expired. We are beginning round 1 eliminations.
Yeah.
Here comes our first pair, starting off this Morrison Institute of Technology Battle of the High Schools 2026. Looks like the first pair, we got Prophetstown going up against Erie. We got Prophetstown over here in the Freedom Motorsports lane, dialed into the 1695. Going up against that blue Suburban from Erie over in the Berkey Farm lane, dialed into 1748. We'll see what happens down at the big end. Looks like cutting through the traps. Winlight going to go to Prophetstown. Double breakout. Both ran faster than their dial-in times. 1695 ran a 1692. 1748 on a 33. So whoever breaks out less is going to be the winner in that situation, which is Prophetstown. Next pair, we got DeWitt going up against Erie. Crown Vic from DeWitt over here in the Freedom Motorsports lane, dialed down a 16 flat. Got the Eddie Bauer over there in the Berkey lane. He's dialed 1730. Green light start for both racers. We'll see what happens on the big end. At the stripe, Erie's going to take that win for 1741 on a 30 dial, best the 1617 on a 16-0. So Erie takes that win. Now West Liberty going up against Prophetstown. Oh, West Liberty, red lights at the start, gives the win directly over to the Prophetstown mommy missile out there. 1747 dial on that. We'll see how close it is at the stripe. 1770, so no issue there. Red light win goes to Prophetstown. Coming up in this pair, we've got a Prophetstown racer over here in the Freedom Motorsports lane. And what we have affectionately referred to as the Slinky Truck. Going to be running up against North Scott over there in the Berkey lane. 1535 dial in for the Impala. 17 flat on that Dakota. Good green light start for both racers. We'll see what happens up at the top end. Racers, if you won first round, just stay in the pits. We'll call you up for round two. Win light, North Scott, 1639 on a 1535. Fell off a little over a second, but that was good enough for beating out that Slinky Dakota there. 18 seconds on a 1682, so nowhere near the number on that unit. Where's Cole from? Where's Cole? And we got Comanche going up against North Scott. Battle down the river here. 1682 in the GMC. 15 flat on the Tacoma. Great reaction time over here in the Freedom Motorsports lane. 004 light. Picking up on the brakes. Let's see what happens. Win light goes over to Comanche. 1704 on 1682. He was actually further off than the Toyota over there. Toyota ran a 1502 on a 15, but it was one down here at the starting line. 004 reaction time won that light. This got Prophetstown running up against North Scott. Prophetstown in the Firebird, dialed 1680. That big old diesel over there, 1488. See what happens at the big end. Win's going to go to North Scott. 1526 on a 1488. And that again was a whole shot win. Double 083 light for North Scott. Good job. Once again, racers, please stay in the pits. So if you have won, please stay in the pits. We will call you up for second round. So keep your car in the pits. Don't come back up into stage yet until we are finished. We got Prophetstown running up against North Scott once again. 1422 dial-in on that Pontiac over here in the near lane. 1540 on North Scott's Buick. And the Buick's going to take the win. 1553 on a 40 dial. 1440 on a 22. So going to knock one more Prophetstown car out. North Scott moving on in that pair. And here we go. We got UT going up against North Scott. Actually kind of know who that young lady is out there in that Camaro. She's out here racing in the junior class all the time. Gonna have to wait a long time. 1901 dial in out of that Volkswagen over there. Ruby's got an 1194 dial. Gonna be running hard down to the end. Let's see if she can keep from breaking out, running down on that Passat. And the win does go over to UT. 1204 on 1194. It was a breakout for the Volkswagen over there in the Berkey lane. And this will finish up round one. We had an odd number of vehicles, so we did have a buy run. This will be a competition buy run. Little opportunity to get some data and a free win for Erie. Now that buy was determined by a random luck of the draw, so that's going to conclude the first round of our eliminations. We got Trooper Dan out there with Beat the Heat. He's taking an 8th mile pass, doing a little shakedown. Been a minute since he's had that car on the track. Runs out the 8th at a 7:09, 95 mile an hour. Nice hit from Trooper Dan there. You will have the opportunity to race against Trooper Dan this afternoon. We'll be doing that in between some of our rounds. Also, after round 2 is when we'll be doing the burnout contest. So if you're wanting to do the burnout contest, you got knocked out in round 1, go ahead and get yourselves ready. You can go over to lane 9, that's the furthest to the right. So we'll be doing the burnout contest lineup in staging lane number 9, and that will be after round 2 action. And with that, we will be calling round 2 action. Drivers that won, please report your vehicles to lanes 5 and 6. Also, I just want to take a quick minute to let you know that, in fact, the Cordova Clothing Company is open right next to the concession stand. Go over there and check out some of our new wear. We've got some special 70th anniversary designs that we just brought out for this year, our 70th year here at Cordova Dragway. I believe they do actually have some clearance items in miscellaneous sizes available as well. And if you're getting warm out there like I was, you can swing down there, grab yourself a cold soda or some ice cream. So that is all over at Cordova Clothing Company, located just before you get to the concession stand. And if you haven't had lunch yet, slip on over to the concession stand. They'll get you taken care of. Hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken strips, French fries, walking tacos. It's all delicious. Trust me, I've probably had it all. So take a minute, grab yourself something to eat while we wait to get going here into round 2 action. And once again, I want to thank everyone for coming out here to the Morrison Institute of Technology Battle of the High Schools. We thank them for their support in this activity. Suggest you go down there and talk to them. They've got some great programs in engineering technology and network administrations. It's a 2-year hands-on learning experience that will get you prepared for your career. They have an amazing turnaround of 97% placement for their students, which, if you don't know yet, that is a very good number for a secondary education facility to be placing 97% of their students directly into the workforce when they graduate. Gives you the highest return on your investment for your education with that 2-year hands-on classwork. So stop down there, talk with them. Classes start in August. You got plenty of time to get signed up if you're a graduating senior, or maybe you've been out of school for a year or two and decide what you want to do next. Take an opportunity to stop down and see the fine folks from Morrison Tech. Once again, round 2 winners, please report to the staging lanes, lanes 5 and 6. And burnout contest, we will be doing that at the conclusion of round 2. So you can go over to staging lane 9 if you want to do burnout. So once again, drivers, if you won round 1, come back up to the staging lanes as we've been doing all day. So if you were the winner in your race, please report to staging lanes 5 and 6 at this time. If you're not sure if you were the winner, on your time slip that you got, there will be an arrow, and it'll say win, and be pointing on your side of the track. So look at your last time slip from round 1 there and see if you are, in fact, the winner. You may have gotten there first. You may not have won. You might have gotten there second. You might be the winner. So double check those time slips. And if you are the winner, please come down to lanes 5 and 6. Also, guys, just like in round 1, try not to line up against people from your own school, it might be getting more difficult as the rounds go on. You're going to end up probably running against a couple of your classmates at some point. So our rundown right now on the team points. We've got North Scott leading it out with 8 points. And then right behind them is Provincetown with 7 points, followed up by Erie with 5 points. We've got United Township and Comanche tied up with 2. DeWitt and West Liberty both sitting on 1 point each. So right now, it looks like North Scott is in the lead, but not by many cars. Provincetown tight on their heels. All right, here we're going with round 2 coming into the water. All right, looks like over in the Berkey's lane, furthest away from this tower, we have the Mommy Missile out of Provincetown. Going to be running up against that long roof Buick from North Scott. A 1540 dial in on the Buick. Looks like a 1747 on the minivan. A little wheel spin there on the minivan. That might cost its time. We will see what happens at the big end. Winlight goes to Provincetown. 1767 on that 47 is going to beat out the 1559 on the 40 dial. Good job, Provincetown, moving one more into the next round. Hey, here we got North Scott in the far lane going up against Erie in the near lane. I believe I recognize that North Scott driver there, Mr. Began. See what happens up there at the stripe. Win goes to North Scott in the Berkey's lane. 1551 on a 35 dial because of a breakout from Erie. 1743 on that 55 dial went too fast, broke out, and is going to take the L. Here we got Provincetown going up against Erie. Truck dialed 1695. The Explorer's a 1730. Looking like a pretty good drag race at the 8th. We got a little bit of brake lights, and the win goes over to Provincetown here in the Freedom Motorsports lane. 1710 on a 1695 dial. That's going to be a whole shot win. 1730 dial 34 was the run, so closer in time, but slower on reaction. Looks like we got North Scott going up against UT here. United Township driver Ruby Clark over here in the Z28 nearest the tower. 1202 is the new dial-in on that car, moving against that big old diesel. 1483 dial for the diesel. That pickup truck actually did have a better light down here. Let's see what happens at the big end. Breakout win goes to UT. 1203 on the 02. Nice package put together there. 1475 on a 1483 over there in the Berkey's lane is going to be a breakout. And we got Comanche running solo. 002 light, but unfortunately for Mr. Cole, that was a negative 002. So red light, 1689 dial, 1682 ran. So broke out, lost twice, no one to beat him. That's going to finish up our round 2 action. Call 3 direct. Call 3 direct right now. All right, so we're going to jump right into round 3. Round 2 winners. Go ahead and come back around. And we're going to slide. We're going to give these guys a little bit more time. I know we got a couple of guys wanting to do the burnout contest and swap some tires around, as I was informed. So we're going to give you a little bit more time. And we're going to do that burnout contest promptly at 3:30. So we're going to do that burnout contest at 3:30. So as soon as you're back into the pits, if you were the winner on round 2, go ahead and roll yourself back up into the staging lanes. We'll give you a few minutes once you get up there to make any adjustments to your dial-ins you may want to do and along those lines, but go ahead and please start moving towards the staging lanes, getting yourselves lined up. Once again, try not to get lined up against somebody in your own class or in your own school. That may not be able to happen at this point in time. Looks like we've got a lot of North Scott and a lot of Prophetstown moving through these rounds, so we will see what the tail of the tape comes down to on that total points for schools, and I will let you know before we start the next round. I got Shelby over here next to me in the timing tower doing an amazing job, as she always does. And she is right on it here with our points totals for the schools. So we're going to run this one a little bit backwards here. DeWitt West Liberty, 1 point. Comanche United Township sitting on 4. Erie sitting on 7. Coming down to North Scott and Prophetstown. And currently, we've got North Scott winning with 12. Prophetstown hot on their heels with 11 points.
we still got the Army guys down here doing their deadlift challenge. They just told me that I think North Scott's winning that one too, so everybody else, get on down there, give her a tug and see if you can move on up the rank, get some bragging rights for your school. They're going to announce the winning team at 3:30 right before the burnout contest, so you got about 20 minutes, you can go down, give her a tug, see what you do. Free action beginning off here. Comanche versus Prophetstown. Red light on Prophetstown. Unfortunately, wind goes straight over to Comanche. That's a tough break. Breakout run from Comanche also. 1682 on that 85. I think he needs to change that dial down. 82 last time, 82 this time. Next pair, North Scott, Prophetstown. See if P-Town can knock them out. 1695 dial in on Prophetstown here in the near lane. 1535, North Scott, Berkey's lane. Down at the big end, wind light's going to turn on for North Scott. 1542 on that 35. Best a 1723 on a 1695. So North Scott picking that one up. Here we got UT in a bye situation. 1202 dial. Green light start. See what it is on the big end. $12 flat, hanging with an 8. Would have been a breakout run, but no competitor next to her. Coming up next, we're going to have Trooper Dan from our friends at Beat the Heat. He's going to make an exhibition 8th mile pass, I believe. He's still trying to shake that car down. Once again, racers, burnouts. We're going to do that burnout challenge at 3:30, so Burnout contest at 3:30. That's about 15 minutes away. Get yourselves ready. Get yourselves over into lane 9 for us. See what Trooper Dan can do with that beautiful black Camaro. Dan is a retired Iowa State Patrol officer. He loves meeting everybody. Hopefully you never met him while he was working, or you probably have less of a thought. Ooh, it looks like he's hanging it out for the full quarter. 11:88, 111. It's not too far off of what that usually does, so I think he might be happy with what he's got going on now. Also, the Army recruiters are still over there doing the deadlift challenge. So take a moment, make it down there. Throw your hat in the ring, see what you can deadlift, score some points for your team. They inform me that North Scott's currently winning. You don't want them to win everything, do we? So get on down there, do the deadlift challenge. And I do believe they're going to have some awards to give out. We're going to do that right before the burnout contest at 3:30 for the winning school. So get on down there and talk to those boys. Right, I was asked earlier when I was out and about whether we were going to do grudge racing, grudge matches. We absolutely are. Right now, if you are not in competition, if you are still in competition, this does not apply to you. If you are not in competition and you got somebody you want to call out, please make your way to lanes 7 and 8 right now for call outs. We'll be running those up until 3:30, so we got about 10, 12 minutes or so. We can be doing some grudge match call outs. So you want to race your buddy and see who gets bragging rights, come on up lanes 7 and 8 right now, please. As I said before, the Cordova Clothing Company is currently open. They're going to be open until 3:30. So if you want to grab some ice cream, you can slide right over there to the Cordova Clothing Company. Check out all of our newest apparel for this anniversary 70th year. We've also got some other really cool new designs that we brought out this year, and I believe we still have some clearance items that are deeply discounted. So swing over there, grab yourself some ice cream, and look around and see if there's a little souvenir you want to take home with you from Cordova. Once again, if you do want to do a grudge race or get another hit at the track and you are not in competition, you can report to lanes 7 and 8 at this time. So we got about 5 minutes till we're going to get going here on a few items. Number one, your last chance to get some ice cream is going to end at 3:30. The Cordova Clothing Company will be shutting down in about 5 minutes. And then we're going to have the Army boys come up and announce the winner of the deadlift challenge and give out those prizes. And we'll be rolling right into the burnout contest. So 5 minutes and counting. Get yourselves lane 9 for burnout. You want to do a call out grudge match? Those be lanes 7 and 8. We will take our semifinal winners into lanes 5 and 6. Hey, we're going to jump into our semifinal round here, sliding them in ahead of the burnout contest.
Aaron, it looks like I've got 5 competitors out here for burnout contest.
Here we go, semifinal action. Comanche running up against UT. Funny thing is, these drivers are not unfamiliar with one another. They've been sitting in those seats just in different vehicles for years against one another, both having come out of junior dragsters. Comanche out. Cole cut a pretty good light there. Ruby Clark running him down hard. 12 flat for Ruby in the dial. 1682 for Cole. Let's see what happens. Cole's hitting the brakes. He takes the win. 1691. Whole shot victory. Knocking out Ruby Clark with her 1204 on a 1200. That was actually won at the starting line. Comanche taking that one. And here we go with North Scott on a bye run. That young man there also not unfamiliar with this track, as he has been running juniors for a number of years out here as well.
Nicole, we want to do it like we did last year, where they pull into the spectator lane water box and watch the tree. And once they
Mr. Began goes down there with a 1529 on his 35 dial. Good thing he had the bye run on that. He might have to make a little bit of adjustment on that dial in time.
Yeah.
So just a few more moments and we'll be getting into the burnout contest. So this is your absolute last call. If you wanted to be in the burnout contest, we need you over in lane 9.
Here at Freedom Motorsports, 1204 South Galena Avenue, Dixon, Illinois. We're the #1 CF Moto dealer in the Midwest. And we don't mess around. Top brands, side-by-sides, rugged quads. We've got them ready for your next adventure. Need repairs? Our expert team keeps you unstoppable. Order your machine, we'll build it in-house, no delay. And yes, we've got financing ready to roll. From custom accessories to window tint, helmets, clothing, everything you need. So come on down today. Let's get you on the trail and find your freedom.
We got the burnout contest about to commence. Gonna have 30 seconds on the clock. Make as much smoke as you can. Got a gentleman out of Erie in that big old Suburban. Probably gonna give her another little bit of a try. It's a lot of vehicle to hold in one place. Now we're getting to rolling some smoke. Now they're rolling. What are you guys thinking? How's he doing over there? All right.
To back him out, Sir Isaac.
Now we're going to carefully back him back out through the smoke that he left behind. What do you think, guys? I think he did a pretty darn good job there of killing those tires.
All right, Isaac,
All right, we've got the old cop car coming up here from DeWitt. Here we go, folks. We got DeWitt there in the Panther platform, making them smoke. Doing a pretty darn good job of it, don't you think? I completely lost the car at this point. That sounds like the crowd approves. I have no idea where that car went. That's it, folks. What do you think? Give him a round of applause. He hasn't gotten the message. Having a hell of a time seeing him. Hey, you can let off now. There we go. Wow. Wow is all I can say. I think we might have to take a small intermission. I don't think we can safely move that car. I still can't see it. I'm only 40 feet from it. You know, there's some days you wish you had a little more of a breeze out here at the drag strip. Ah, now I can see him again. The fog has finally lifted. Look at that, folks. You can hardly see the tower still. I think we might have to put a little more water in that water box. Probably. Yeah, we got a little mess here to clean up after that maneuver. Wow, guys, I think we know who's in the lead as of our two contestants out yet so far, don't we? You know, you never can go wrong with the old Panther platform. Unfortunately, they're not $800 like they used to be. Now I'm looking out there and I see two vehicles coming up here next that I think they might be able to do something. I know for a fact that they do not care about the condition of those vehicles at the end of this day, nor do they care if there's any tires left on them. Here we go. We got the Silverado coming up here, representing Prophetstown. Let's see what happens. Hitting the rev limiter on that LS. Letting them eat. Going all the way through third gear. Oh, he is putting it to the wood. Holy cow, folks. I think he's in top. He might be in overdrive now. He is giving them skins a beating. Okay, that's it. That's 30. He can't see us. We can't see him. There it goes. Woo! Wow. What do you think, guys? I think that is definitely a contender there. I'm glad these boys all hate tires as much as they do. I've unfortunately found in my old age that they get expensive. Looks like Provincetown left a little bit of their truck on the line, too. Got our track staff over here diligently scrubbing the rust off of that starting line. Not sure, but I might have to ask our wonderful safety crew here whether he left more rubber or more rust out there in the burnout box today. All right, getting some water back in the burnout box. We're bringing up the next one, another Provincetown contender. The truck we have affectionately began calling the Slinky truck. Probably won't have a whole lot of time to see it before it starts getting filled with smoke, but that has a little bit of movement in the frame we have noticed. There it is. JD, I might move away. There he goes, folks. Let's see if that little Dodge can do it. He has got that sucker pinned to the rev limiter. Forget about shifting gears. We're going to keep her down in low, make her howl. Give it to a pretty thick cloud of smoke. He was nice enough to shut her down when we told him. That is impressive all on its own. JD's standing there like an idol telling him to stop. That man is very brave. If you saw how much that bed flexed. What do you think of that Dodge? Looks like the bed is a little tight on this side and a little loose on the other. So I'm going to guess that that drivetrain is no longer square. He put down some big chunks of rubber. All right, I think we've got a few more contenders. Here we go, another, I believe this is another Provincetown entry. Yes, in fact, it is. Old Pontiac Ventura. I could not recall exactly what Pontiac called the Le Mans, wasn't a Le Mans, what they called the Nova version of that vehicle. It is the Pontiac Ventura. I do believe Buick, I think, called it the Apollo in those years. Let's see what this old Poncho can do, folks. Having a hard time getting the wheel speed. Yeah, it's rolling now. There he goes, pumping her out. Now she's rolling some smoke. Get a little bogged down. Sure giving it the effort, though. And that's it. What do we say, guys? Now, the difference is between him and the last two, I believe he has to drive that thing home. Those other two trucks, they, I believe, came on a flatbed. I don't think they were expecting them to make the return trip.
Equal opportunity at the racetrack. And women are better at racing.
All right, folks, here we got United Township, Miss Ruby Clark, and that gorgeous Camaro. She's going to beat those skids. Now, that is not exactly a purpose-built race car, but it sure runs good. Got the plate on it. It is a street car. It's got some big fat meats it's turning over. A lot bigger tire than anyone else had to put down on the ground. Got that motor singing and that smoke flowing. What are you guys thinking? How about that? Whoa! Drive that thing like you stole it from your dad, Ruby. Good job. Might be a little bit of detail work needed in the rear quarter panels, Dad. What do you think, guys? All right, I think that is the end of our competitors. I am being told, in fact, that yes, it is. So at this point in time, Army guys, if you guys got your numbers together, you can come on up and we'll do your announcement after we finish up here. We're gonna take a little powwow down here on the starting line. All right, here's what we're going to do. Drivers of these three vehicles, please come on up here into the stage. I only know, I think, one, maybe two of your names. So, we're going to have the driver of the Panther platform old cop car out of, I believe, DeWitt. Where are you at? There he is. The Chevrolet pickup truck out of Prophetstown. Come on up here. And Miss Clark, where are you at? Ruby, unfortunately, I know her, so I get to call her by name. But so, I believe we had this guy went second, this guy went third, and this young lady, I believe, went last. So if we remember their vehicles, I think we all do, right? We've got the cop car. Who's got it for him? Who's saying he wins? Chevy pickup truck. Blue Camaro. I don't know, guys. Blue Camaro. Chevy truck. Cop car. Camaro. Pickup. What do we think?
I'm down.
Dan, we've got our winner decided. Miss Ruby Clark in the Camaro. Congratulations, Ruby. Heck of a job beating the crap out of Dad's car. And if we can get the Army recruiters, I believe they were keeping tallies. There they are. They went the long way around. Sounds like an Army thing to do. I know my son in the chair force would have went the short distance.
So we got North Scott as the winner. If you want to just, and then the kids will lead it over.
All right. So any member of the winning school can come out here and get a t-shirt from these gentlemen.
When you need hardcore chassis components,
And we've got, let's see, in number 5 position, we've got Provincetown and DeWitt tied up. 4th, Erie. 3rd, West Liberty. 2nd, Davenport West. And the winners of the School Count Challenge, North Scott. So, North Scott, you guys are the winners in the deadlift. If you are a North Scott student out here today, come on up. These gentlemen will get you a t-shirt.
Is that all the North Scott kids? Did anybody, if you guys, dude, come on.
Special shout out to Luke Fenton, 340-pound lift. Deacon DeWalt with a 340-pound lift. And Cale McIntyre, 320-pound lift. Way to go, guys. Putting down some weight.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Staff Sergeants, for being out here today, participating in this Battle of the High Schools here at Cordova Dragway. We also want to take a moment to give a special shout out to Morrison Institute of Technology for putting this on this year for us. We greatly appreciate their support. So check them out. They are a great opportunity right in your backyard over in Morrison. Most of us aren't too far away from there, and it is a world-class program in your backyard. Very affordable way to get a hands-on education. So go down and have a conversation with them if you are still trying to figure out what you're wanting to do after high school. Thought we almost had a casualty there from the burnout contest. Old Suburban didn't want to fire back up. Said, no, don't do that to me again. Got a little grudge match going out here. All right, folks, here we are down to our final race for the Battle of the High Schools. We will have an individual winner and we will have a team winner. So we've got Comanche over here in the Freedom Motorsports lane. Cole Robinson over here in the Freedom lane in the red pickup truck, going up against Mr. Began for North Scott over here in the Berkey lane. 1689 dial in on Freedom Motorsports side, 1535 over here for North Scott in the Berkey's Farm Store lane. Staging up. These are both good racers. Let's see what happens. Green light start for Cole. Green light for Mr. Began. We'll see what the tail of the tape says at the top end. Coming down to the end, the win is going to go over to Comanche, 17-10. Going to knock out that last North Scott racer. And with that, North Scott, you are the team winner of the 2026 Morrison Institute of Technology's Battle of the High School. Congratulations, 16 points. Runner-up was Prophetstown. So the individual win does go over to Comanche, but the team victory is going to go with North Scott. Congratulations on taking that win. Last year, I do believe Prophetstown was the winner, so they did not hold on to it. Couldn't repeat. Gave it a valiant effort. So with that, our racing will be concluded.
That was it.
However, the concession stand is still available, and we are running a special. If you want to grab something to eat before you get out of here, everything is $2. All the sandwiches, you can get a hot dog, a hamburger. Not sure what all they've got over there, but until it's gone, $2 a sandwich. So swing on over there, grab something for the road. And thank you once again for all coming out. If you had fun, we do these similar things on Friday Fun Nights. Our next Friday Fun Night is June 12th. You can come back out with your streetcar and have some more fun. We do appreciate you all coming out, especially if it was your first time. If you had fun, please tell your friends. If it was the worst experience in your life, just please keep it to yourself.